Good morning. This is KELOLAND On The Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up. But first, our top story. The Sioux Falls Police Department says they've located the person they were looking for in connection with what they're calling suspicious activity over the weekend at Lincoln High School. Police aren't giving any details about Saturday morning's incident, but they're thanking members of the public for their assistance. We expect to learn more about what happened during Monday morning's police briefing, which we will carry live on KELOLAND.com beginning at 10:30. South Dakota authorities have released the name of the construction zone worker killed in a crash last week east of Wessington. 44-year-old Sandra Guerra Ceballos of Eddyville, Nebraska, was working as a flagger directing traffic on Tuesday when she was struck by a vehicle involved in a rear-end collision. The Highway Patrol is still investigating the crash, but reminds drivers to always slow down in construction zones, leave plenty of space between vehicles, and put away your cell phone while you're behind the wheel. Hundreds of people took part in a walk Saturday in Sioux Falls to raise awareness about suicide prevention. The American Foundation of Suicide Prevention hosted the Out of the Darkness Walk to honor those who have died by suicide and bring awareness about the resources that are available.
This is a walk that brings together families that have lost a loved one to suicide or have been connected to suicide in some way. Maybe it was a colleague, maybe it was a neighbor, or just a family friend that they have lost, but they are here connected to suicide and to support one another.
An estimated 800 people took part in the walk, many of them wearing special beads to show their personal connection to the cause of suicide prevention. So far, the emerald ash borer has been confined to extreme eastern South Dakota, plus the Sioux Falls and Brookings areas. But other communities in the state, like Huron, are preparing because they know the invasive species can't be stopped. The ash borer is usually spread through firewood being transported from one community to the next. Like many communities, Huron is working on a plan to remove unwanted ash trees before the insects arrive.
To try to decrease the population as much as we can afford, or as much as our budget allows, between now and when the board gets here, which is estimated within 5 years.
Huron has an estimated 2,100 ash trees on city property and close to that number on private property. Let's take our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to fall. It certainly feels like it out there, and it's rather chilly, especially in western portions of South Dakota. We'll get there in a moment, but to start things off, we'll head home and look at Falls Park. 49 at the airport, north wind at 8 miles per hour. Aberdeen also getting off to a great start with a beautiful sunrise to the east. 40 up in Brown County. Notice a lack of a breeze overall across much of the region. Also in Pierre with an identical great sunrise over to the east. Also an identical 40-degree temperature out in Hughes County. And in Rapid City, 37 with a northwest wind at 6 miles per hour. There are those 30s I mentioned. We actually dipped below freezing in Pine Ridge. They are at 31 this morning. Custer at 32, 37 for Spearfish and Phillip, 38 Buffalo, 39 Valentine. We were in the 30s toward areas like Huron and Aberdeen earlier this morning. They're both at 40. 52 over in Iowa towards Spencer. Even up in Ortonville, they're just at the half-century mark now. But compared to yesterday morning, it is nowhere close to where we were for temperatures. A difference of 10 to 20, even upward of 22 degrees cooler now compared to Saturday morning. But this is going to be about as chilly as it gets for several locations. That being said, today, the wind, not that big of a deal today, but the breeze is going to try and pick up later this week. Now, in terms of rain, you notice we haven't really talked about that. There's a reason why. We'll talk about that in your forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. It's been 5 years since South Dakota launched its Fallen Heroes Bridge Dedication Program. Since then, 60 members of the military who have died in service to their country have bridges dedicated in their memory through the Department of Veterans Affairs. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, we'll hear from military families about what it means to have these bridges named in the fallen heroes' honor. Be sure to watch tonight at 10. You're invited to welcome home the 12 athletes running across the state of South Dakota as part of the 437 project. A finish line ceremony will take place at Levitt at the Falls in downtown Sioux Falls, with activities taking place from 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The 4.37 community run and walk will take place just prior to the finish line ceremony. The 437 project is a fundraiser for the Helpline Center. The South Dakota Festival of Books wraps up today with events taking place at McCrory Gardens Visitor Center in Brookings. A pollination presentation takes place at 9:30 a.m. A book lovers brunch takes place at 10:30. Sharing family stories starts at 11 a.m., followed by a party on the porch from 1 to 3 p.m. The Menno Pioneer Power Show includes steam threshing and plowing, plus gas tractors on display, antique farm demonstrations, crafts, a flea market, a tractor pull, and toy show. It's taking place from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Pioneer Acres, a quarter-mile north of Menno. Admission is $10, free for ages 18 and under. And enjoy pro football action on KELOLAND TV. CBS Sports coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the NFL Today. That's followed by the Houston Texans at the Minnesota Vikings at noon. Adam?
Well, it's going to be a great day to really do anything, whether you want to watch football, maybe have a grill out outside. Really, you cannot go wrong. Though if you are going to be doing anything with an outdoor heat source, please be mindful of how dry the vegetation has gotten as of late. We do have moderate drought conditions popping up more and more in southeastern KELOLAND, and severe to extreme drought creeping in more out to the west. We really don't have any moisture nearby locally, or even to a lesser extent regionally for that matter. High pressure very much in control today. Some clouds to the southeast, but the closest any rain gets is down toward I-80 toward Omaha into Des Moines. That's going to be really just about it. We do have one small chance for rain that comes around later Monday into early Tuesday. Well, you're going to notice something about it. There's not a whole lot of moisture to work with by the time the system comes around later in the evening and overnight to early Tuesday. That being said, this could be our only chance for rain over the course of the entire work and school week. So we'll watch it all the same. It's not a slam dunk of a chance, but you will want to just keep that in the back of your mind, especially if you still have any plants that you may have outside. We haven't hit the end of the growing season yet, but with temperatures in the 30s out west, that's a sign that it's going to be coming around sooner rather than later. I digress, though. Like I mentioned, not a whole lot of opportunities for rain in the short term, but the long term, there's a bit of a split. The European outlook does paint a soggier picture overall across the entirety of the Northern Plains, KELOLAND included. The American 10-day outlook, however, not so much. This is why we watch these trends over the course of several days to see if they hold. And it's also why we don't put all of our eggs in one basket when it comes to any kind of long-range outlook. So just know that the jury is split on this. We'll watch it, considering, as I said, we do need rain. Today, though, we're not getting that. We're getting cooler temperatures, though. Upper 60s and low 70s with a decent amount of sunshine, a near perfect start to the fall season. Overnight lows tonight dropping into the low 40s in eastern portions of the region, mid to upper 40s out to the west. Still not a bad night, all things considered. Beyond that small chance for a few showers overnight Monday into early Tuesday, it's a dry 7-day forecast across the board. Starting off seasonably cool, but then warming up back to around 80 by the end of the week, not just in Sioux Falls, but also in Aberdeen with a nearly identical spread from the upper 60s to around 80 with little to almost no moisture to speak of outside of that small chance late Monday into Tuesday. Monday night, see a few showers in Pierre. Beyond that, again, dry by day with 70s and low to mid 80s for high temperatures, even mid 50s coming back by night. And in Rapid City, see a few evening showers on Monday. Otherwise, you're also dry. Starting off at 70 for the first day of fall today, then near 90 though by Thursday before temperatures try to back off a little bit as we head toward the end of the week and into the weekend as well. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.